Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Rogue Talk After Dark. If you're new to my channel, my name is Idorsha, and today we are going to speak about marriage. We're going to speak about marriage, not just the regular what you hear. We're going to really get in depth into marriage because marriage is like it has a whole bunch of layers, and people just have to be honest because yes, marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a union between two individuals. But what happens when one is tired? What happens when one doesn't want to be in the marriage anymore? What happens when you keep pretending that you are married to someone and you're not married to them? You're married to the paper. Let me hold on. Did you hear that? Sit there for a second. Sit there for a second. You're married to the paper. You guys are either separated, living in different places. The guy or the female doesn't want to take the initiative to start the paperwork. Everybody's worrying about who's going to take what money, what this, retirement, 401, name it. Marriage. Are you in it for the right reasons? Are you satisfied with just one woman in a marriage? No, you got to really think about it. Like, I know people say the traditional thing, you have to you get married, and that works for people. For some people, they just need one person, and that person they grow old with and they make lots of memories, and that is what the TV advertises to us. But the reality is that there's a lot of people, husband out here, pretending that they single. Uh, Well, look, I have stories myself. I have stories of friends. I have stories of family members. If we really going to get into marriage, we have to get into it. Are you in it for the right reasons? Are you in it for security, for love, for both? Or are you one of those that you know that your husband or your wife is cheating and you still holding on? Why? You like okay, let's put it like this. The ones that you're in it and you don't want to let go for whatever legal papers it says. Some say I've heard it costs too much to get a divorce. It's cheaper to keep her. We've heard it all. But is it really cheaper to keep her or keep him when you're going insane? Isn't your sanity more important than anything? There's no price to your to staying sane. Like, you cannot have a healthy and productive relationship with anyone if you do not end your marriage, if you do not end that cycle of pretending that you're okay when you're absolutely not okay. Pretending in that cycle, like, you know what? We're married in paper, but we're really not married. We're not together. We're living in different houses. Oh, I've heard this one. We're going through something. She lives upstairs. I live downstairs. Bitch, bruh. Live upstairs and she live upstairs, you live downstairs. Bye. What happened to them lonely nights? We all get them lonely nights. But anyway, are you in your marriage for the right reason? Getting back to the marriage of people not wanting to let go. You are torturing yourself. Stop torturing yourself. Do you love yourself? You are okay with this man or this woman cheating on you, and you're like, it's okay because I have papers. It's okay because I have papers, meaning if anything happens, I'm the person that's going to get everything. Or I've been here for the longest, so I should get everything. I don't care. A lot of wives need to stop pretending like they do not know what the hell their husbands are doing, and vice versa. You know, you know. And if it's not the first, second, or third time that he's done it, you know. So you cannot, absolutely cannot blame any woman that whether she has been told about you or not, you cannot blame her. The situation is always between you and this individual that you're not letting go, but you guys are living in the same roof, or you guys are pretending playing house. You're playing house while being married, honestly. Because people are like, oh, under the law, we're still married. Under the law, we're still under. No, papers. A marriage is a bond between two individuals that love each other. If you reach the point that you detest each other, why are you there? Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Why are you there? Girl, he waiting for you to go to work. He waiting for you to go to gym. He waiting for you to go anywhere. So he don't have to see your face. So he can call the next woman. So he can go meet up with her. Like, he ain't taking no trip. There's no dark. There's COVID-19. He ain't taking no work trip. You know what? Look, that's one. That I just don't understand why you will keep torturing yourself. Saying, find a way, ask somebody for money, put your pride aside to get that divorce. If you, and especially the ones that are really, that it's like, dad, the ones that you find a good woman and you like her, and then you have to tell her, by the way, I'm still legally divorced. A lot of some women do stay in the relationship. I am not even going to lie. But there are some that are like, God damn, you gotta tell me this is the beginning. But let me give you guys a little twist. There are some wives that are okay with it. There are some wives that, even though they don't want to say it's polygamy, there are some wives that are okay. Like, look, I know that he's going to do this. He's going to do it regardless if I'm married to him or not. So they'd rather just stick in the situation or even meet the women. Like there's some wives that go so far as to meet the girlfriends of their husbands. I know it sounds pretty crazy, but it's true. There are some wives that go to that extent to like, you know what? I am going to meet them because it's better to make things easier for everyone. But then guess who's there's some girlfriends and some wives that are cool, but that's very, very rare. But the marriages that pretend are the marriages that people really don't talk about so much because everybody says, you know, the beauty and the glance and the this, but how did that baby pop up out of nowhere? But you're all married. It happens. It has happened to people that I've known. It's happened to, you know, people that I came across. Except it's happened. So you sometimes in marriages, people do not know. And again, like I said from the first episode, communication is so important. You have to know the needs of your partner, whether it's emotional, physical, mental. You have to know the needs of your partner because if you are not satisfying those needs, they are going to go outside. We don't want, no one wants, whether you want to be able to communicate with your partner because if not, they will find someone else to fill that void. As horrible as it might sound, it's the truth. Like if you have a husband that all of a sudden changes up from being quiet and he wants to try a little like dirty wine ed top sex, like are you gonna be willing to turn on spice and broccoli? Like you have to be willing to change the time. Like you cannot stay the same. Like there is no way that you can continue the same way of doing things from the first year of marriage to the year 20 and believe that right because you're the same person from last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. You're not the same person from an hour ago. I'm just saying, in a marriage, you have to be willing to spice things up. You have, and you know what? I'm also going to speak about when you are in a marriage. Let's say you're in a very productive marriage, but what makes it unproductive or are the individuals that come with the person that you married. Yeah, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, all them in-laws. Some individuals come like they really don't want to even see their own siblings happy because they're not happy. It doesn't, this applies, doesn't only apply to strangers, it applies also to people within your own family. They don't want to see you happy. Some of them really don't because they're not happy. So why should you be happy? I've had um an incident where, it was more of people will complain, oh, but she's cooking too much for him, or she is doing this too much for him. People will pick over like nonsense just because they are not happy within themselves. And sometimes all of that and it gets into the guy or the female, the husband or the wife's head, and they start arguing more with their partner, and just disagreements and frustration start coming in because they let outside noises into their relationship, which messes things up. You need to understand that sometimes the outside noise, as much as they may not like something that your husband or your wife sometimes does, they want a husband and a wife. Like, I'm just saying, to each his own. Not everyone wants marriage, but the people that, yeah, 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 and they want to get married, but they're complaining, or the individuals that, they just complain too much. They would complain too much and then they criticize, but then they're no example. How you criticizing and nobody put a ring on your finger? Nobody went down on one knee. Nobody even barked your direction. You really have to sometimes assess where where you get these advices from, because not everyone advice is productive. Then we also have the marriage that you're in the marriage, and the marriage is, how can I say it? You isolate everybody else, and that person becomes your everything. And in my opinion, because everyone has different ways of looking at things, in my opinion, that is horrible. This one person is your source of light, your source of everything. You've disconnected from your family, from your friends, from everyone else, and you have just sucked up everything like a sponge that this individual has, good or bad, for you, and you don't have another outlet. I'm just letting you guys know that if you're married, you need another outlet, whether it's your girl times, whether it's time for yourself, whether it's you're dancing, whether it's you're painting, you're reading, you're jogging, you're doing yoga, something for yourself that has absolutely nothing to do with your partner is so important, because if you if your everything revolves around one person, then who are you really? You are you are whoever you're with. So you really haven't defined yourself. Yeah, those kind of marriages, I've seen it. It's kind of scary. It definitely it's definitely scary. It's you have to be honest. Marriage is not just about the beautiful things that we want, the horse and the carriage. It's a lot of freaking work, just like co-parenting, everything else. Marriage is a lot of work. Sometimes people get married too young. Sometimes people don't even have the right guidance when they get married. Sometimes people get married for the wrong reasons. Sometimes get people get married because, you know what? She pregnant, let me get married. And sometimes a kid is not going to fix anything. A kid might just bring out different layers that you didn't even know about the individual. So when you are looking to get married with someone, really assess. that person. Assess yourself where you are in that particular stage in your life. Some people get married because they need to get married. Some people get married for financial reasons. Some people get married for papers. There's a lot of different reasons why people get married. But after a while, you have to figure out what works best for you. The moral of everything is if you're not happy, leave. If you're not happy, divorce. There's no such thing as going to hell because you let go of something that is breaking you, that is destroying your peace, that is not allowing you to fulfill the best possible you. Like, you are important. You are the most valuable thing on the face of this earth. And if you have children, your children will look at how you make someone treat you. And unfortunately, they will either, majority of the time, they'll pick up someone just like that, or the rage from what they saw, that rage will continue. And anytime there's anything with a partner, they're like attacking because they're like, I don't want to be like my mom, or I don't want to be like my dad. All these things are traumatic in different ways. So, you know, marriage, really talk about marriage. Just don't talk about the picket fence, the white, the whatever, the white picket fence, all these beautiful things. They are beautiful, but talk about the truth. Talk about how you have to really communicate, how you have to understand that if what you need is somebody else in your marriage, then you both parties have to agree. If what you need is to finalize some divorce to move on to be happy, stop thinking and worrying about money and worry about your happiness and your the future ahead. If you get divorced and you don't want to get married, that is on you and no one can judge you. Like, it's it's real. Marriage is not for everyone. Marriage is not for everyone. It's a beautiful union, but the wedding is one day. The marriage is a lifetime. So make sure that you're not in La La Land because of the beautiful one day and you're ready to, you know, put on your big girl drawers, your big dude. But y'all wear thongs. Oh, boxer briefs because I'm not doing no whitey tighties. If you have whitey tighties, let me tell you, your mama ain't raised you right. I'm sorry. If you are a grown man with some whitey tighties, because I got a few things about. I dated a few dudes, and I was like, your mama didn't even care about you. Your mama ain't tell you that the minute you take off your jeans and you about to have sex with somebody, and they see whitey, ooh, I don't think y'all understand me. Who raised you? You are mama boy. Let go. Let go of them drawers. Don't tell me that it makes you feel better. There's box of briefs. You understand? Go to Macy's, one of them, even Amazon got it. Order them and stop playing around with them wife. What whitey tighty? I can't. It was so embarrassing. I remember and I'm speaking from experience because the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa, hold on. I threw all of them in the garbage and it was like, what? No, that is disgusting. You know what? These flashbacks. I can't take these flashbacks sometimes, but this is what happens when you keep it real. You understand? This is what happens when we have rope talk after dark. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Subscribe, like, comment. I love your comment. I love your comments. So now the question is for you guys to fill with the comments is, have you experienced this type of marriage situation that I'm speaking of? Are you in one of those marriages? Are you one of those individuals that are dating someone in one of those situations? Because I understand sometimes divorce costs a lot, but sanity is priceless. And if you want a relationship with a person that is married and they keep saying that they're going to get a divorce and they don't take the initiative to take the steps to do it, run, run, run. Don't don't even look back. Just run. I'm letting you run. Run. Don't look back, girl. Run. Hold your wig and run. I'm just letting you know, run, because nothing productive gonna come out of that. I'm just letting you guys know. But you know what? I am glad that you guys are tuning in, that you guys love the first, rope talk after dark. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, just so much more to come. But yeah, I definitely wanted to touch on marriage because it's real. Uh-huh. Don't act like you don't know that neighbor next to you when his wife not home or when her husband not home. You hear them, bam, bam, you hear them, and it's not their partner. I'm just letting it's real. Meetings at the hotel, codes. I'm going to a meeting. I'm taking a trip with the boys. Be real. Understand your partner, because if you understand your partner, you're going to understand what he or she needs, and you're going to know if you can give them that. Because some people are okay with a threesome and some people are not. You just have to understand your dynamic, your marriage. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Rogue Talk After Dark. My name is Idorsha, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and you can listen to my podcast while driving as well because it's available on all major platforms. Till next time, guys, take care.